Gird your loins. Compete Radio starts now.
Welcome to the show. I'm your host, Josh Fourier, here with
AJ Johnson. How are you guys this weekend?
I'm full. I was prepared. I know it's 12 o'clock now. I had my lunch before I came in. I think I'm going to make it.
You think so, huh?
I think.
Okay. Have you got that caffeine right next to you so that you can go ahead and handle that in the event that you want to fall asleep at the mic?
I have, I'm not lying, I have 4 Diet Cokes right over there. Plenty of caffeine.
You know those aren't good for you, right?
They're not bad for you.
They're not good for you either.
Well,
there's too much aspartame in it, and...
Oh, that's a myth. Do you know, I was watching the doctors, and they said the aspartame or aspartame or whatever it's called, normal consumption that you get of that ingredient is not harmful. That it's only whenever you consume it in excess. And I'm talking excess. Like a lot.
Having 4 or 5 of them a day, don't you think that would be considered in excess?
Of soda, but not of the aspartame.
But that's exactly what's going on, is that you're having excess of aspartame by having that. Not only that, but there's a ton of sodium in it, too.
There is not a ton of sodium. In a Diet Coke, there's 40 milligrams of sodium. That's 2% of your daily whatever.
You need to watch Dr. Oz.
What am I supposed to drink then?
Caffeine-free diet.
Well, then that defeats the purpose. That's like those weird people that get the caffeine-free coffee. What is wrong with you? You drink it for the caffeine. I think I might have had enough caffeine, though.
I think so, too.
All right.
See how sore this subject is already?
Caffeine. It's so addictive.
Yes, it is.
It's like what's really addictive? It's like something really addictive.
Cigarettes.
Oh, yeah. Those are also addictive.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't know.
Steroids, crack, just about anything you can think of.
Sex is addictive. Alcohol
is addictive.
Alcohol and sex. Good combination, ultra addictive. Sometimes it could be a bad combination.
We've got a heck of a packed show this week.
Oh my God, I know. There's so much going on.
So much to talk about.
People are crazy. I mean, not just us, but like in the world, these celebrities, they're insane. We have so much to talk about. I mean, thank God for these crazy people because they give us material every week.
Exactly.
So, let's talk about this. Okay, we're just going to point this out right now before we even get started. AJ has a problem.
Yes, I do. And I catch myself on it every time now.
She says exactly a lot. So from now on, every time she says exactly, I'm going to throw one of my spare cans of Diet Coke at her that I'm not going to drink since I'm cutting back on caffeine. I told her not to worry about it. I was like, we all have those quirky little things. I say or I mean, and you say exactly.
How about we switch that from Cokes to like a penny in a jar?
Oh no, I'm throwing the full can at you.
Oh, that's not even fair.
Well,
don't expect to get it back then.
You'll stop saying exactly.
You think?
And I'll get it back when you're knocked out on the floor. That's mean. No, I love the AJ. She is awesome.
Yeah.
All right, so let's talk about James Harrison.
Let's.
All right. Now he is. He was referring to the NFL commissioner, Roger Goodell?
Yeah, Roger Goodell.
I said it right?
Yes.
Okay. He said an anti-gay bad word to him.
Actually, it was the interview that happened in Men's Journal. He called Roger Goodell something that really he shouldn't have.
Right.
And he got called on it. And he was forced to apologize.
And guess where he apologized? Twitter.
Exactly.
Where's my soda? She said it.
I didn't. I didn't say the whole thing.
You said half of it. You said exact.
Okay.
All right. So, yeah, everybody is going to Twitter to apologize. Can't you meet for coffee or do what Obama did? He's like, hey, officer, I'm sorry I called you a jackass. Come to the White House and have a beer with me. I'm sorry.
He did that?
Yeah.
When was that?
Remember whenever there was a report that this African-American man was breaking into a house. It was his house. Don't you remember that story? And then the officer, President Obama called the officer a jackass for his method.
Oh,
anyway,
okay.
I don't even want to get in the controversy of that. We all have our own opinions about that. But the point is, when an apology was due, or someone felt they needed to apologize, hey, let me fly you to the White House. We'll have a beer together. Let me say I'm sorry.
That's
None of
good.
this Twitter crap. What is this? You're not apologizing.
No.
You're only extending your ignorance for the whole world to see. People that may not have known about it before are now like, what's he twittering about now? What happened? Now they're going to know about it. You're just extending the stupidity.
I'm not necessarily sure about that. Simply because it was an interview inside Men's Journal magazine.
Do you read Men's Journal, AJ?
No.
No.
However, this story spread
Right.
to everywhere.
But why?
Because because Men's Journal is also has a website, and they posted that story there as well.
Well, and they do have their readers and their followers, but this thing would have... him posting this apology on Twitter did not help the situation. Let's just put it that way. It didn't help. It's impersonal. It's cyberspace crap. People need to be genuine with each other. If you mess up and you're genuinely sorry,
Yes.
call them, go meet, go talk, person to person. Remember when we used to do that?
Yeah.
Don't do this Twitter stuff. That's publicity. It's
That's true.
publicity. It's for the people. It's not for the person that you've hurt.
Mm-hmm.
That's my opinion.
Okay.
But I guarantee you will never see me apologize on Twitter.
You don't think so?
No. I might post some inappropriate photos like Mr. Wiener, but
Oh my god.
not of me, maybe of you. I'll get some of you.
Oh no, you won't.
Oh, come on.
No, I don't think so. Not unless you want to put like an elephant on, Twitter or something like that.
An elephant on Twitter? What is that? AJ.
We'll talk about it later.
Oh, jeez.
But we've got a lot of other stories that we can talk about this week.
Well, what was the outcome from the Harrison thing, though? So he in an interview with Men's Journal, he says this anti-gay slur. He knows he shouldn't have done it, but he did it.
Correct.
All right. So what ends up happening when after the apology and all of this, whenever it's settled? I mean, I have his quote. He said, I did make comments about my teammates when I was talking about the emotional Super Bowl loss, but the handful of words that were used were heavily publicized yesterday. They were pulled out of a long conversation, and the context was lost. Now, this is what Harrison said. And he goes on to say, obviously, I would never say that. It was all Ben's or Richard's fault that we lost the Super Bowl. That would be ridiculous. Both Ben and Richard are great players and great teammates. Now, Harrison, his harshest words were in the article that was aimed at Goodell. He called him a crook, a devil. He said, I hate him and I will never respect him. Also, I guess, called him the gay F word, right?
Correct.
Right. Now, I think it is what it is. I think it was just, this is, once again, it's just, this language is a part of someone's vocabulary. He's spewing the hate. Crook, devil, I hate him, I'll never respect him, gay F word. It just comes out.
I don't believe he was sorry at all.
No, he doesn't like the guy. I mean, and that's what gets me, is because he's not sorry. And he's posting his stupid apology on Twitter, and he's making my phone ring with his tweets and his chirping and all of this garbage that's irrelevant. I don't know. It just makes me mad.
I know it does.
You know what doesn't make me mad, though?
What's that?
This show, because we have so much to talk about today.
Yes, we do. Our show is jam-packed, full of sports goodness.
It is. But we need to take a break, I guess.
Okay.
I don't want to, though.
Why not?
Because I want to talk about the stuff we have coming up.
Okay.
Log on to Compete Radio. News, information, hot topics, and more. AJ and I will be right back in just a minute.
Log on to CompeteRadio.com for news, information, hot topics, and, more. I always forget about that one.
Whoever said that less is more or less mathematically challenged. Less isn't more, it's less. And the only thing more than more is a lot more, which is exactly what I get at Embassy Suites. More space. More downtime. More family time. More me time. More me time. More me time. Because the more I have, the more I have to have more.
More room, complimentary drinks, free breakfast. Embassy Suites Hotels.
Hey, this is Josh with Compete Radio. With us via Skype right now is Davey Wavy. He is in Indulge in Palm Springs, California. How do you like it out there?
I'm enjoying it. I'm really enjoying it. And the place that I'm staying at, it's called Indulge, which is INNDULGE, so it's kind of a play on words. I think it's really clever.
Yeah.
It's clothing optional. And so, though I enjoy being naked or shirtless or in my underwear at home, the prospect of being naked in public is an entirely different beast. And it's a gay resort. So, not only is it nudity, it's gay nudity. And quite frankly, it's a lot. It's a lot to handle.
I'm sure you'll be okay. For more information, log on to Indulge. That's INNDULGE.com.
Hey, it's AJ with Compete Radio. Are you thinking about buying a home and taking advantage of the current buyer's market? Even if you aren't, you should be. USA Realty Connection can help you find your perfect home. Whether you're a first-time buyer, downsizing, upsizing, or looking for that perfect vacation home, call my friends at USA Realty Connection today. You can reach them at 480-688-2080. That's 480-688-2080. Or on the web at usarealtyconnection.com. Call USA Realty Connection today and sleep better tomorrow.
It's summertime in Arizona with triple-digit temperatures and sky-high utility bills. Reflect Green is locally owned and operated, and they're offering Radiant Barrier for your home or business. Radiant Barrier is a reflective insulation which reflects heat away from your home, which in turn relates to energy savings and cash in your pocket. All Compete Radio listeners will get a free garage install with any home package purchased. 1-877-REFLECT. That's 877-733-5382, or log on to reflectgreen.com.
Get out of the heat and tan the smart way with 5 levels of UV tanning, including a high-pressure, all-UVA, no-burning ray bed. Spray tanning, and now you can fix those wrinkles and scars with the new red light therapy developed by NASA and Mayo Clinic, as seen on Dr. Oz. The TU collection carries the best of the best men's and women's swimwear, men's underwear like To Exist, Addicted, ES Collection, Basket, C&2, and more. Come and see them at Central and Highland in Central Phoenix behind Hula's. Give them a call at 602-274-TAN-U. That's 602-274-8268, or on the web at tanunited.com.
Hey, sports fans, it's Bob from Compete Magazine. And when I'm not getting put in my place by Buddy in the face-off circle, I am part of the team that gets your message in front of our incredible audience. That's right, I'm talking advertising. Compete Magazine and Compete Sports Media offer an incredibly loyal, educated audience with disposable income to spend on your products and services. Magazine, radio, online, and event sponsorships, you name it, we can help. Give us a call today and learn how you can become a partner with Compete Sports Media and get your message in front of our rapidly growing audience. Don't be the company that wishes they would have, be the one that did. Give us a call today, 480-222-4223.
Jockstrap Queen is redefining and redesigning the jock world. Our designer jocks have been featured in Pulp Frontiers LA, Frontiers for Men, Grab Chicago, SF Examiner, and Gay.com. This line is hot and sexy. Our designer jocks and accessories will complete your look for that fabulous party, special cruise, or lounging by the pool. Our designer jocks are embellished with studs, embroidered skulls, and jock chains made of skull and leash chains. Jockstrap Queen is based in Palm Springs, California, but you can shop online right now. Just click to jockstrapqueen.com. That's jockstrapqueen.com.
Today, your radio is gay. You're listening to Compete Radio. Sports Pop.
Welcome back. I'm your host, Josh Fourier, here with
AJ Johnson.
Don't forget, Gay Bowl 11.
Oh, it's coming up, isn't it?
Isn't that awesome?
I can't wait.
11. As in 1-1. As in like one more than 10. One less than 12.
Exactly.
Gay Bowl 11.
Gable 11. And I just got a soda thrown at me.
We haven't been back on the air more than 30 seconds, and there it comes. Anyway, Gay Bowl 11 will take place where I grew up, Houston, Texas, from October 6th to the 9th.
Now, how was that growing up in a conservative state like Texas as a gay man?
Well, that is the misconception. Houston, for the most part, is more... I guess because it's such a large city, it's not conservative. But now you go to the smaller towns, and there is a church on every corner. You know, there's the fish bumper sticker things.
Yes.
I tell you what, it's like day and night. Houston actually had its own gay district. It was called, or still is, it's called Montrose. And that's where all the gay shops are. Even like the street lights had the little rainbow flags that came down from them. It was totally gay friendly. So, of course, right next to the Galleria area, which is the prestigious shopping district in Houston. So, yeah, it was a it was a flat place to live, very humid, and lots of mosquitoes.
Wow.
Lots of mosquitoes.
Now, as far as sports are concerned, I know you didn't participate in sports, but did you know any other openly gay athletes at your school or after growing up?
I participated in watching sports. Like the Astrodome was a routine kind of hangout for us because we would always go to the Astrodome. We would watch the Houston Astros play, who no longer exist, right? Mm-hmm. But we would watch the Houston Astros, and then we would go and go to Six Flags, which was like right next door. So it was kind of a tradition where we would always go and watch the game. And then the Houston Rockets, it was the championship. I remember it was huge, and we all, whenever they won, I think for the second time. First time. It was the first time we had a big street party. So I didn't. The most I ever did was street hockey. That was it.
Okay, now at what point did you find yourself saying, I'm a gay athlete? At what age? When does that begin? This is going to be a perfect segue into our roundtable discussion this afternoon, but
when did I find myself saying that I'm a gay athlete?
Correct.
Well, there's like 10 things wrong with that question.
Okay.
First one, I never considered myself an athlete, ever.
Okay.
Ever. I looked at the athletes as the cocky, arrogant jerks.
Okay, so you think
as a younger kid.
Okay.
And that just so happened to be who lived next door to us, were the cocky, arrogant jerks, so I stereotyped what athletes were. And we're talking about growing up and how I looked at things. So, the issue of gay, it didn't really... It's hard to describe because you can think back to memories, and you can think back to... Like, here's a good example. I was like maybe 10 years old, and we got the Dillard's catalog in the mail.
Okay.
And it was Spiegel. It was the Spiegel catalog. I don't even know if they still have those, but it was Spiegel, I remember. And in the Spiegel catalog, there was the men's underwear section. Mm-hmm. A heterosexual boy would want to look at the lingerie section. You know, I was looking at the guys section. But here's the weird thing, like, I wasn't doing anything dirty when I was looking at that section of the magazine.
Okay.
Like you might assume. It wasn't about that. It was just there's something beautiful about this guy's body that made me want to look at it, and I didn't know what it was. I had no idea. I didn't know what gay or straight or bi or up or down was. I just knew that that was the section of the magazine I was turning to. My mom would also get Redbook in the mail. There's always that portion or that story in Redbook about the sex talk, and it would always have a very sexy picture of a man and a woman, and I would always try to find the guy.
Okay.
So I'd say that I can, as far as I can remember, 9, 10 years old.
Oh, 9 or 10 years old. Okay.
Yeah. Now the street hockey was 12, 13, 14 years old.
Okay. Do you think that for women, gender identity or sexual orientation comes at about that age as well?
I am not a woman, so I don't know. They do say you're a woman.
I am.
They do say that women develop faster than men. They mature faster.
Yes, they do.
Maybe that would have something to do with gender. Is this an issue of gender identity or sexual identity?
Both.
Well, because I never had an issue with gender identity.
Okay.
I never wanted to be a woman.
Okay.
I always wanted to be a guy, just I liked other guys.
Okay.
So let's make the distinction and make it very clear right now. There is a huge difference between gender issues or gender identity and sexual orientation.
Okay.
Huge, totally different things. So you're asking about women and gender identity?
I'm asking about girls and at their point when they feel as though they are having a gender identity crisis or still struggling with identifying their sexual orientation as an athlete.
Because, okay, so they're being athletic, they're doing what a lot of the boys are doing, so you think there would be the confusion in there. I don't know, that's a really good question.
Because we have a story.
There's the tomboy saying.
What is that?
Well, the girls that are like wear the hats and are all, dressed like a boy.
Yes.
Call them a tomboy.
Okay.
The butch girls.
But this is going to lead into our roundtable discussion today. Cheryl Swoops.
Oh, goodness.
Yes. Cheryl Swoops made a very large deal about coming out as a lesbian in 2005.
Now, did she actually come out as a lesbian?
Yes, she did.
Lesbian.
Yes.
She used the word lesbian.
Yes, she did.
Okay.
Now, she is not exactly retracting her statements from 2005, but she is now engaged to a man.
Okay.
This
is not an issue of gender.
No, this is an issue of sexual orientation.
Right.
Okay, when did she realize she was heterosexual again? Is she
again? Well, was she ever?
Yes, she was married to a man and had a child by that man at first, got divorced, and then came out as a lesbian in 2005, had a relationship with this woman for quite a few years, and then, now, she's engaged to a man.
She's back with the man.
She has not identified herself as being bisexual, or as a lesbian, or as a heterosexual. My questions would be, does she really need to? She might be a celebrity, but is that really any of our business?
Yes, it absolutely is.
Why do you say that?
Because when you are putting yourself out in the public eye, and you are making money on your person, you have an audience. Within that audience, you have people that look up to you. You become people's role model. You are a celebrity. Your image, who you are, what you're good at, what you're bad at, it's what you're using to make money, publicly. Naturally, when you have that following and that audience, yes, you're putting yourself in the spotlight. That's why they call it a spotlight.
That's true, but what about the other side of that spotlight, the stuff that's behind the scenes?
What about it? It wasn't behind the scenes when she made the decision to come out as a lesbian.
That's true. That's very true. Yeah. However, shouldn't her private life be private?
Well, no one made her come out. She was the one that wanted to make it public, so you make it public. Let's talk about it.
Okay.
Why are you back with a man again?
All right. Why don't we get our roundtable set up?
Why are you flipping and flopping?
Compete Radio.
Oh, I see what you do, but I can do it better. And the talk of the town be true, that I make you forget her. How can you hear something that you ain't ever tried? You've got to lose control most every night. Yeah, you see what they do. Well, we can do it better. Yeah, I'm talking to you. You've got to feel it, see it, know how much you need it. What's the point in living if you don't take a chance? You've got to use it, lose it, know that you still do it. What's the point in living if you don't wanna dance? Oh, I know life is hard, so we're living for the weekend. You can hurt or take heart. I guess it really depends. What's the point in worrying about being cool when there's a million things to learn they never teach you at school? Oh, don't believe what they say. We just want tomorrow to be better than today. Hey, feel it, see it, know how much you need it. What's the point in living if you don't take a chance? You've got to use it, lose it, know that you still do it. What's the point in living if you don't wanna dance? You've got to feel it, see it, know how much you need it. What's the point in living if you don't take a chance? You've got to use it, lose it, know that you still do it. What's the point in living if you don't wanna dance? Complications complicate the world in a web. Too much useless information plays with your head. Very clever people know we all need a chance to stop our clever busyness and let go and dance. You've got to use it, lose it, know that you still do it. What's the point in living if you don't wanna dance? You've got to feel it, see it, know how much you need it. What's the point in living if you don't take a chance? You've got to use it, lose it, know that you still do it. What's the point in living if you don't wanna dance? Everybody wanna dance now. Everybody wanna dance now.
Today, your radio is gay. You're listening to Compete Radio.
Is it the rain or is it the weather? Am I insane to wanna keep it together? Is it the moon that's affecting my brain? Is it my friends that never made it to heaven? I'm in love with love, anyone can see. keep it together? Is it the wrong that's affecting my brain? Is it my prayers that never made it to heaven? I'm in love with love, anyone can see. Angels above are watching over me.
Today, your radio is gay. You're listening to Compete Radio. Sports Pop.
Yep, welcome back. You're here at the round table. I'm Josh Fourier here with
AJ Johnson.
And
Alfonso Chavez.
There he is.
How you doing?
I am.
We missed him.
I missed me too.
I have to say, it's so weird to start the show and not go around the table and introduce everyone anymore.
Well, I guess we're moving on, doing something new, and that's that.
Change.
Yeah.
It's like the David Bowie song.
Well, yes.
It's like money changes everything except without the money.
So if you just joined us, Cheryl Swoops is making headlines because she is engaged to a man.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the problem with that is that she previously had come out as a lesbian in regard to, what was it, a travel company? She said she was an openly gay lesbian publicly.
Correct.
We'll just leave it at that. Okay, so she comes out as openly gay, and she was married before that to a guy.
Correct.
So straight, then gay, then now straight again.
Yes.
Or maybe just the overall view of bi.
Okay.
Okay. Now the issue is it really any of our business if she's gay, straight, bi, purple, pink, up, down, yellow?
And why is it such a big deal?
Well, normally it wouldn't be a big deal, except she made a big public announcement that she's now she's openly lesbian. So if she had never done that, then it would be, I would agree and say it's nobody's business. And this has kind of been a really public thing.
Yeah.
This whole thing that she's
because
now
of her.
Right, that she's going to marry a man.
Right.
So once you jump into the pool, sorry, you're wet. You can't say I'm not wet.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. Whenever whenever you're a celebrity or in the public eye at all, people are looking at you. They're watching you. They're judging you.
Right, and
you're in the spotlight. That's what it's about.
There's plenty of celebrities who don't make their personal life known,
right.
And you don't know anything about him. What's the guy's name from? Oh no, I'm sorry, I'm thinking of the wrong person. Liv Schreiber.
Oh,
he's a perfect example of somebody who is very private about his life, and he is a very well-known celebrity by most people.
Right.
People probably don't know who he is by his name. But if they saw a picture of him, they're like, "Oh yeah, that guy's famous." Mm-hmm. He's been very private, and if something like that got out about him, I would probably say, you know what, it's really nobody's business.
Right.
But Cheryl Swoop has been public.
But what do you think, Alfonso? What do you think about? Sorry, AJ.
That's okay.
Go ahead.
No, So why is it anybody's business? Even if she decided to come out, mm-hmm. Why can't she sit there and say, I've rethought my position. I'm private. I don't want anybody else to know what's going on in my private life. Please respect that decision and leave me alone. Why can't people get that type of respect?
She should have thought about that whenever she wanted to step in the gay, lesbian, bisexual, and transgendered spotlight and say, "Hey, I'm a lesbian."
That's pretty much my sentiment. You really can't say, "Hey, everybody, I'm giving you this news. Now I want to be private." I mean, there are some situations where I will agree on that. Like, for example, if somebody is getting a divorce or somebody dies, somebody might publicly come out and say, "This is what happened in my life. Thank you very much for respecting my privacy, but I'm not going to say any more about this."
But see, it's that kind of stuff that people care about for some reason, like the whole Lindsay Lohan drug.
I don't care about it.
Well, but you might not, but a lot of people do.
Yeah.
A lot of Paris Hilton, like all that garbage. A lot of people care about that, and this is kind of in the same gossip celebrity category. And I think she brought it on herself, because if she just would have done her job and played her sport, she would have been judged on her athletic performance. But she took it upon herself, or maybe the advice her friends or colleagues gave her.
Or a publicist or somebody.
Right. And she came out and said, "I'm a lesbian." And now it's almost as if she's betraying the lesbian community, because now she's engaged to a guy. So there's questions that have to be answered.
Hold on. I'm sorry. She's betrayed the lesbian and gay community because she's decided that maybe this lifestyle does not fit her anymore?
What's being suggested?
I want to speak to that.
What's being suggested, though, is that being gay or lesbian is a choice. And that suggestion is very dangerous.
And that's exactly... here I am again, agreeing with you on this. There's a lot of people out there that already think that gays can be, quote-unquote, converted.
Cured.
Just like people think... cured is the wrong word.
Well,
they think
cured.
that, but I think converted is a better choice.
You go to the churches and they pray the gay away.
If you say so.
No, that's what they say.
That's what they say. But you can't convert somebody from being gay to straight any more than you can convert someone who's straight to gay. And have you ever heard of the term lug?
No.
Lesbian until graduation?
No.
I'm wondering if we had an LUWNBA situation here where she was lesbian until after WNBA. I really don't know.
Now, why is that so important for the sport? Is that important for the sport? We're trying to determine why is it anybody's business that her sexual orientation should be out there because of her sport. She might have put it out there. Yeah. However, now she's trying to pull that back and say, you know what? I don't want anybody to know what's going on with me.
Too late. So sorry.
So she's not due her civil right to privacy.
Well, it's like walking in on your parents while they're having sex. You can't unsee it.
Right.
It's like you can't undo what you've, something like that you've done.
Or it's like being in, let's say, a committed relationship, and then you open up your relationship and say, oh, you know what, let's go back to being committed. Once you open that door, sometimes you can't close it all the way.
Yeah.
And I think, I think maybe the real issue is that Miss Swoops is in denial about who she is, or she's confused about who she is.
Maybe she wasn't a lesbian to begin with.
Maybe it was
an experiment with her. Who knows?
Well, but at the same time, maybe it was just a good publicity opportunity, something for her to get the gay vote in the WNBA. I mean...
Now, isn't that part betraying the gay and lesbian community then?
If those were her intentions of saying that I'm a lesbian, then yes.
That's a betrayal to everybody who's a fan of hers. And, I really...
Because dishonesty is just never acceptable.
Right.
Yeah.
Rupert Murdoch, for example, we're experiencing that. So, I mean, it's not quite that serious or to that degree, or that it's not illegal at all, but I'm illustrating how that can betray people when you're not telling them the truth.
When you think of the name, here's a really good example, Alfonso. You'll appreciate this because you're so annoyed by it. Madonna.
What about her?
Really good example. Okay, so she was scandalous, right? She had her sex book. She was just a naughty girl.
That was her publicity machine, was her scandal.
But it's decades later. Mm-hmm. She's not like that anymore. She has toned it way down. She's a mom.
I would say she grew up.
Right. But people still look at Madonna and they still say they still look at Madonna and think sex, like in the 90s, with the whole erotica album.
Well, let's see, she did kiss Britney and Christina on stage, which was alluding to lesbian sex, so of course, people are still going to relate her to
Even
sex.
still, that was years ago. That was like 2004, 2005.
Right, but that wasn't 25 years ago.
No.
So it's.
But there's
people.
But other performers will do things 10 times more provocative, and no one will give it a second thought. But
Right.
all I'm saying-
She hasn't hurled slurs at people publicly.
Right. All I'm saying is, whenever you open up that door, and maybe it was not intentional what Miss Swoops decided to do, but when you open that door, you can't always close it. And I
Right.
think that is what has happened, because now she has publicly come out again and said, "Oh, well, I'm engaged." So I think that she's playing the sexuality card, and I think sexuality, being that it is such a personal thing, just like religion, it's such a deeply personal thing. I think whenever you're playing with any of those cards, race, religion, sexuality, I think whenever you do that, you're going to have a lot of angry people no matter what you do. So you have to be very sure of yourself before you open your mouth.
So is her career shot now?
No, I wouldn't say that. I would
Yeah.
just say that, people want to know her sex life now because she's made it an issue.
Yeah, and if she does end up getting divorced, you know what people are going to be saying.
Alfonso, thanks for being here. We're out of time, though.
Thank you for having me.
Hey, don't go anywhere. We'll be back in 90 seconds.
Welcome to Indulge Palm Springs, one of the legendary gay hotels in Palm Springs. Indulge has one of the best locations in the heart of Warm Sands, home to many of the most popular gay resorts.
Beautiful views of the mountains and a relaxing, peaceful courtyard. Our heated pool and 12-man jacuzzi, both clothing optional and open 24 hours per day, are surrounded by 46 palm trees and well-manicured grounds.
Click today at INNDULGE.com, that's indulge.com, or call 800-833-5675.
Whoever said that less is more or less mathematically challenged. Less isn't more, it's less. And the only thing more than more is a lot more, which is exactly what I get at Embassy Suites. More space. More downtime. More family time. More me time. More me time. More me time. Because the more and more I have, the more I have to have more.
More room, complimentary drinks, free breakfast. Embassy Suites Hotels.
Hey, it's AJ with Compete Radio. Are you thinking about buying a home and taking advantage of the current buyer's market? Even if you aren't, you should be. USA Realty Connection can help you find your perfect home. Whether you're a first-time buyer, downsizing, upsizing, or looking for that perfect vacation home, call my friends at USA Realty Connection today. You can reach them at 480-688-2080. That's 480-688-2080. Or on the web at usarealtyconnection.com. Call USA Realty Connection today and sleep better tomorrow.
Today, your radio is gay. You're listening to Compete Radio. Sports Pop.
Welcome back.
Thank you. Good to be here.
I was talking to our audience.
Oh.
All 4 people that are listening to us right now. There is something a little serious, though, I wanted to talk about. In our last segment, we just had the roundtable about Cheryl Swoops and all of this. I wanted to talk about this whole civil right issue with gay people in our country. And
Since I alluded to it last segment, yeah.
Right, because it is very important. Mm-hmm. And honestly, there should be no civil right distinction whatsoever between a committed gay couple and a committed heterosexual couple. Now, you realize this is America, right? And that's why we can't call it gay marriage. That's why it's an issue. And here's what I would say, especially because of the Cheryl Swoops topic. I would say, especially to the African American church, that when you celebrate church tomorrow, when church begins on Sunday and you celebrate, and you praise God, and you thank God for delivering us from evil, you could start down that road of making the congregation realize that there's a civil rights problem with an entire 10 to 11% of our population who don't have access to their civil rights and never have in the history of our country. It's a very long-term wrong that I think we need to make right as soon as possible.
Okay.
And I've said this before, AJ. There are people that have argued with me about the whole white evangelicals, and they leave out the fact that African Americans are some of the most religious people in the country. But I'll tell you something. You remember Reverend Wright, right? He
Yes.
was the... Okay. I know where his anger comes from, and I'm glad that our generation isn't that angry, as his generation is. But he's so angry because it was his generation. They were doomed. They were damned to second-class citizenship in his congregation. He was representing people that went into this prejudice world every day. And now we have that problem with another group of people, with gay people. So I think that black preachers, I urge you, African American churches, to start embracing that concept as soon as you can. We have a problem with an entire portion of our population that does not have access to their civil rights. And I know what the vote was in California. Remember Prop 8? 70% of African Americans voted against Prop 8.
Yes.
But that's not what made Prop 8 pass. What made it pass was the 85% of Republicans voting that way. And I believe it was an organized effort by the Mormon Church, which is another stunning fact if you think about it. Because this is the church. It probably has... I think as a population have the least bit of understanding about the Mormon Church. People think everyone in the Mormon Church is, into polygamy and all that kind of stuff. I got news for you. Polygamy is a choice. Being gay is not. Man-on-dog sex is a choice. Being gay is not. Man-on-dog sex, it's a bad choice. A strange choice.
Yes.
Not one that we understand.
No.
No? Okay. But it's a choice. Our lack of understanding on that is something we'll have to deal with, I guess.
Yes.
The idea of extending civil rights to Americans who have never done anything wrong to you, who will never do anything wrong to you, cost you nothing. It's bizarre how this country is dealing with it. And what we're trying to do as a nation is build a more perfect union. And lots of people were left out of that experiment in the beginning. And slowly but surely, we're becoming a country that includes people, gives them access to their civil liberties. We have some serious work to do on this. So I urge you to contact or research who you've elected in your local district.
Correct.
I'm sorry to get all political, but this whole Cheryl Swoops thing, there's so much confusion and opinion about sexuality. I just want to make it clear that for people to pretend to know what's going on with another person, that's like a white person saying they understand how a black person feels with racism. You can't. It's impossible. You can never understand how someone would feel with racism unless you are that race.
That's right.
Being gay, a straight person will never understand just how you feel like a second-class citizen, how you feel gypped, how you feel like, oh my God, you've fallen in love with somebody. You want to spend your life with them. You want to get married. You want to have those tax breaks. You want to have those equal rights. You want to be able to see them in the hospital if anything happens. You don't want it to be an issue. This is America. We have work to do. All right, let's take a break.
Yes, let's.
We'll be back.
I'm not surprised, not everything lasts. I've broken my heart so many times I stopped keeping track. Talk myself in, I talk myself out. I get all worked up, then I let myself down. I tried so very hard not to lose it. I came up with a million excuses. I thought of every possibility. And I know someday that it'll all turn out. You'll make me work so we can work to work it out. And I promise you, kid, that I'll give so much more than I get. I just haven't met you yet. I might have to wait, I'll never give up. I guess it's half timing and the other half's luck. Wherever you are, whenever it's right, You'll come out of nowhere and into my life. And I know that we can be so amazing. And baby, your love is gonna change me. And now I can see every possibility. And somehow I know that it'll all turn out. And you'll make me work so we can work to work it out. And I promise you, kid, I'll give so much more than I get. I just haven't met you yet. They say all's fair in love and war, but I won't need to fight it. We'll get it, fight it. We'll be united. And I know that we can be so amazing. And being in your life is gonna change me. And now I can see every single possibility. And someday I know it'll all turn out. And I'll work to work it out. Promise you, kid, I'll give more than I get, than I get, than I get, than I get. Oh, you know it'll all turn out. And you'll make me work so we can work to work it out. And I promise you, kid, to give so much more than I get. Yeah, I just haven't met you yet. I just haven't met you yet. Oh, I promise you, kid, to give so much more than I get. I just haven't met you yet. So birthday, yeah. I just haven't met you yet.
I hate getting less, but I love getting more. I trade a lot less for a little more, or a little less for a lot more. Either way, when it comes to having more, I want a lot more of more and a little less of less. And that's exactly what you'll get at Embassy Suites. More free breakfast, more for my money, more deliciousness, more hearty guffaws. Because more than enough more is never enough more.
More coffee?
What do you think?
Free breakfast, more room, complimentary drinks, free breakfast. Embassy Suites Hotels.
Get out of the heat and tan the smart way with 5 levels of UV tanning, including a high-pressure, all-UVA, no-burning ray bed. Spray tanning, and now you can fix those wrinkles and scars with the new red light therapy developed by NASA and Mayo Clinic, as seen on Dr. Oz. The TU collection carries the best of the best men's and women's swimwear, men's underwear like To Exist, Addicted, ES Collection, Basket, CM2, and more. Come and see them at Central and Highland in Central Phoenix behind Hula's. Give them a call at 602-274-TAN-U. That's 602-274-8268, or on the web at tanunited.com.
Welcome to Indulge Palm Springs, one of the legendary gay hotels in Palm Springs. Indulge has one of the best locations in the heart of Warm Sands, home to many of the most popular gay resorts.
Beautiful views of the mountains and a relaxing, peaceful courtyard. Our heated pool and 12-man jacuzzi, both clothing optional and open 24 hours per day, are surrounded by 46 palm trees and well-manicured grounds.
Click today at INNDULGE.com, that's indulge.com, or call 800-833-5675.
Stanley, I'm sending you to Boston to make a good impression on the clients.
Okay, but why me?
Because you're so likable. Everyone likes you.
I doubt that.
No, seriously. Watch.
Who threw that? Stanley, you're so funny. How does he come up with this stuff? He's so funny.
They chose you for a reason, and you chose Embassy Suites for a reason. Like our complimentary cook-to-order breakfast, Embassy Suites Hotels.
It's summertime in Arizona with triple-digit temperatures and sky-high utility bills. Reflect Green is locally owned and operated, and they're offering Radiant Barrier for your home or business. Radiant Barrier is a reflective insulation which reflects heat away from your home, which in turn relates to energy savings and cash in your pocket. All Compete Radio listeners will get a free garage install with any home package purchased. 1-877-REFLECT. That's 877-733-5382, or log on to reflectgreen.com.
Hey sports fans, it's Bob from Compete Magazine. And when I'm not getting put in my place by Buddy in the face-off circle, I am part of the team that gets your message in front of our incredible audience. That's right, I'm talking advertising. Compete Magazine and Compete Sports Media offer an incredibly loyal, educated audience with disposable income to spend on your products and services. Magazine, radio, online, and event sponsorships, you name it, we can help. Give us a call today and learn how you can become a partner with Compete Sports Media and get your message in front of our rapidly growing audience. Don't be the company that wishes they would have, be the one that did. Give us a call today, 480-222-4223.
Compete Radio.
my eyes, and I am taken to a busy crystal mind, and the gentle feeling take a shelter in the base of my spine, straight like a chicken cherry cola. I don't even try to explain that it's over.
This is 1480 KPHX.
Today, your radio is gay. You're listening to Compete Radio.
Ah, yes. The second hour of the Compete Radio.
Welcome back.
Hi, AJ.
Hi, Josh.
How are you?
I'm just fine. How are you?
I'm doing really well, especially because September 4th is right around the corner. And on September 4th, the Chicago Cubs and the Pittsburgh Pirates are having a game for Pride Day at Wrigley Field. But prior to September 4th, apparently there's something even larger, more substantial, more girth.
What's going on?
More length, many more
It just
days.
It just
much
so happens.
Longer time. Sorry, what?
It just so happens that the Gay Softball World Series is being held in Chicago the weekend before that game.
Yes.
On August 29th, and it begins at 8 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
All of the division winners will be brought onto the field at Wrigley Park, and they will be honored for their contributions to the Gay Softball World Series.
How will they be honored?
I think their trophies will be given to them out there.
Oh. Well, that's awesome.
Isn't it?
Yes.
I thought so.
I want a trophy.
I'll give you one.
Yeah, I bet you will. Oh, so...
and then the next month after that, in October...
Yes.
Is Gay Bowl 11.
Huge.
Very large.
In Texas.
In Texas.
Even better, it's in Houston.
And why is that better?
Because I grew up there.
Okay.
My hometown.
Your hometown is Houston.
Yep.
My hometown is San Diego.
Yep.
Okay.
I knew that.
And as far as Gay Bowl is concerned, Gay Bowl will be from the 6th of October through the 9th in Houston, like we've already mentioned. Flag football teams.
Yes.
There are quite a few.
Oh, yeah.
Coming from Phoenix area in order to play.
Well, all over the country. But
Yes.
Phoenix specifically.
Yes.
Yeah, there are.
And it's going to be a romping, stomping good time.
Yeah.
Now, if you need more information on Gay Bowl, you can go to gaybowl2011.com. Check out the information. They've got this really cool website. And if you need more information on the Gay Softball World Series...
Just call HA.
Yeah, just call me. I'll give you the number. As
All
I
right.
sort through my paperwork.
She has a big stack of papers. It's awesome. So, while you are searching for that, I wanted to talk about the Padres.
What about the Padres?
Well, we know last week we had a little conversation about Bill O'Reilly, how he flipped out because there were children that so happened, honestly, to be attending a game to get their free hats, which was a promotion, the same time that a group of 1,000 gay people were also attending the game.
Correct.
Flipped out about it, thought, 10 years ago this never would have happened. Have we lost our collective minds? Well, the Padres, they turned around. These are your Padres, AJ.
Yes, they are, and I'm proud to be from San Diego.
Yeah.
They are pledging to support lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender student athletes. It's part of a program called Team Respect Challenge, and the Padres will promote an inclusive environment among San Diego school teams regardless of gender identity or sexual orientation. It's a great thing that they're doing. I think it's wonderful, especially for those student athletes who are struggling to just make a place for themselves.
I think that it's a huge statement when it isn't a gay, lesbian, bisexual, or transgendered organization having a huge deal. But it's something like the Padres or Wrigley Field, when it's these type of organizations or companies or charities that are having the huge deal.
Yeah.
I think that is the best thing to see, that we're all coming together. And I love the good news. I love these stories of good news. So, yes.
We salute the Cubs and we salute the Padres for recognizing the need to support student athletes. And
especially students, because they're so vulnerable.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right, AJ. So before we move on to our other topics of the segment, I have to ask you. There's just a lot of talk, especially a lot of websites popping up, like Date a Man in Uniform, personals websites where you go specifically to date a guy in a uniform. And all day today, I've noticed that in these stories we're talking about, there are these pictures of men in uniforms. Now, my question is, what is it about a guy in a uniform that is so attractive? And it's not like a women thing. Like, it's straight people, gay people, bisexual. It's something about seeing another person in a uniform that's like, whoa.
I believe that it's the self-confidence that the uniform wearer exudes from themselves.
The personality.
Yeah.
Like that. Yeah, that's what I have to say. Like, whenever I see someone, thankfully not me. Well, I don't know. Maybe it could be good if it was me. But when I see someone pulled over on the side of the road, like one of the motorcycle cops or whatever, tell me you don't do a second look.
I do.
That's why all the traffic slows down. It's not that people are concerned. It's because they want to look at the cop.
Not necessarily the cop.
Yes, it is.
If they want to see who they stopped.
Well, that too. But I'm looking at the cop first. I want to see the uniform first.
Yes.
Before, yeah. I don't know. It's something about it's not just the uniform, but I think the personality associated with it is also what is so attractive.
I think the other type of uniform that I'm really attracted to is a football uniform.
Now, why is that? Is that just because it overpronounces the male features with the broad shoulders and like that ultra tough masculine look?
In a way, yes. In a way, no.
And the tight pants?
No, not the tight pants.
No.
No.
No. Okay.
It's one of those things where no, we won't go there. But
okay. Why?
I know what they wear under those tight pants.
Oh, right.
And if you watch football, most of the athletes that wear white tight pants, you'll see it too.
Oh, I know.
Okay.
I see it I have HD TV.
Lucky you.
See it very well.
However, in that same vein, it's the broad shoulders, and I know that those shoulders underneath are just as broad as the pads are making them out to be.
Oh. So you like the broad shoulders?
I like the broad shoulders.
So
I
is
like
it really
the slender builds. And
so is it the uniform then, or is it just the build of the person?
Unfortunately, it's a combination of both.
Unfortunately? I think that's a very fortunate thing, because especially if it's a football player, you can get those uniforms anywhere. The cop uniforms are hard to come by. AJ's like, well, I know a couple places you could go.
Yeah. Speaking of football.
Yes. It's time.
Illinois defenseman.
Oh, no. This is the bad story.
No, it's not the bad story. It's not a bad story at all. Well, depending on how you look at it.
Okay.
Illinois defensive lineman Chris Jones was in a Champaign County courtroom where he pleaded not guilty to the aggravated assault charges of attacking 2 gay men. Now, he did.
I'm waiting for this to not be a bad story. Sounds pretty bad to me.
At least he's caught.
Yeah, but he pled not guilty, you coward.
That's true.
Admit what you did.
That's true.
Allegedly.
Well, I think that Jones's position is that he was provoked.
By who?
The gay men.
But he was driving by in the car.
Yes.
And provoked how?
That the gay men were making slurs against Mr. Jones.
Well,
I don't think the whole side's being told here.
I think it's a bunch of crap, because I think words are one thing, but whenever you get physical and you actually physically hurt somebody, that's a whole nother level. So
now, going along that argument, should he be suspended from the Illinois football team?
He got out of his car and beat 2 gay guys.
Yes.
Yes.
He should be
my point. I have nothing more to say. Yes, he should.
Suspended or removed?
Well, suspended indefinitely without pay.
This is a college team.
Oh, suspended indefinitely, removed, expelled.
Why?
He hurt somebody. He hurt people.
But it wasn't just that he hurt people, it was because he hurt...
No, I don't care. I don't care if it was anybody. If it was Joe Smo and he gets out of his car and beats someone on the street for shouting a name at him. No.
Oh. Okay.
No, I don't think it makes it any better that he happened to... I mean, this guy is an African American, right?
Yes.
He's a minority.
Yes.
The 2 gay guys, also minorities.
Yes.
So it's minority attacking minority. It's not that. I mean, it doesn't make it any better that it was gay people, but it's not a minority issue. It's not a race issue. It's not even, for me, it's not even a sexual orientation issue. It's how you treat other human beings. And if you're in your car, you jump out of your car and go beat somebody on the street, your career is done.
Okay, now what would you say to the fact that...
If he's guilty.
Drugs and alcohol were involved? Drugs and or alcohol.
He's even more irresponsible. So yeah.
Does that make him any more culpable?
I think that the bottom line is that you should just conduct yourself. If you're expecting a career or anything to come from what you're doing and the opportunities that you're given.
Right.
You need to behave a certain way all the time. Because people are watching. And as we see, this gay talk show in Phoenix was watching.
Okay.
We're talking about it. We're watching what he's doing. And when you have people watching you like that, you have to behave. You have to be a decent human being. I don't see any reason why his college would want him anymore.
Okay. Now, given that, what about professional sports players?
Same thing.
So they should be removed from their team. They should be kicked off their team if they are found to have done something as
that uncalled for. Yeah, if they're found guilty doing something that uncalled for. Now this guy hasn't been found guilty yet.
No,
he's still awaiting trial.
Correct.
We're only speaking under the assumption that he is proven guilty.
Correct.
So yes, in that case, of course. But I think everyone is entitled to a fair trial.
A fair trial.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Tell me something. We need to talk about this.
Okay.
Poker.
Yeah.
Is it a sport?
Oh, I thought you were going to ask if I could play.
Yeah, can you play?
I suck at poker.
I don't. Thank you. I have so much fun with it.
See, we need to go to the casino, I think, and go play the poker.
I don't know about that.
I have some fresh $20 bills we could take with us. So,
yeah.
Is poker a sport? I don't think so. I mean, I know that it's on ESPN. I know that, all the straight guys are really into it. I know it's like the macho man cave thing to do, but I don't see poker as a sport.
Okay.
It doesn't involve your athletic ability.
Oh, athletic ability. Okay. Sport. Okay, according to Webster's Dictionary, sport is an activity involving physical exertion and skill that is governed by a set of rules or customs and often undertaken competitively.
Right.
Or
and poker is more mental.
That's true.
Right.
That's very true. However, there are still a lot of people who cite the fact that poker is shown on ESPN quite a bit.
Yeah.
And they're saying it's a sport if it's shown on ESPN.
Well, and it's not just ESPN. It's a lot of other outlets that say it's a sport, maybe in the footsteps of ESPN. But, people even go so far to ask if bowling is a sport.
Yes.
And I think the majority of where the whole word sport is coming in is not so much the physical aspect, but the competition aspect of it. And I think people are looking at it as if it's a competition, then it's a sport. I look at it as, even with bowling, it's a physical game. You're using your body physically. You have to, aim the ball properly. I look at bowling as a sport, but poker, no, you're playing with chips and cards.
Okay. Then what about golf? I don't mean to make all of our golf fans really angry. However,
I think I think yes, and I think that just because someone isn't throwing the ball at you, you are swinging and hitting the ball physically. So it's essentially the same as baseball, except you're not running and no one is throwing a ball at you.
Interesting. Now, if you want to weigh in on this particular issue, why don't you go ahead and give us a call?
We'd love your comments on
Exactly.
this. We know you have your opinions.
602-539-0280. Again, that's 602-539-0280. Give us a call at Compete Radio and let us know what you think about golf as a sport or even poker as a sport.
Yeah, or anything for that matter. Everything's always up for debate. If our screener doesn't get to your call and you're sent over to the voicemail, please leave a message. But when you leave a message, you're giving us permission to put you on the air if we choose to. So, make sure to leave us a message. Leave your comments. We need to take a break again. Yeah, I need some water.
I need a Coke.
All right. Log on to CompeteRadio.com. We'll be right back after this.
I hate getting less, but I love getting more. I trade a lot less for a little more, or a little less for a lot more. Either way, when it comes to having more, I want a lot more of more and a little less of less. And that's exactly what you'll get at Embassy Suites. More free breakfast, more for my money, more deliciousness, more hearty guffaws. Because more than enough more is never enough more.
More coffee?
What do you think?
Free breakfast, more room, complimentary drinks, free breakfast. Embassy Suites Hotels.
Get out of the heat and tan the smart way with 5 levels of UV tanning, including a high-pressure, all-UVA, no-burning ray bed. Spray tanning, and now you can fix those wrinkles and scars with the new red light therapy developed by NASA and Mayo Clinic, as seen on Dr. Oz. The TU collection carries the best of the best men's and women's swimwear, men's underwear like To Exist, Addicted, ES Collection, Basket, C&2, and more. Come and see them at Central and Highland in Central Phoenix behind Hula's. Give them a call at 602-274-TAN-U. That's 602-274-8268, or on the web at tanunited.com.
Welcome to Indulge Palm Springs, one of the legendary gay hotels in Palm Springs. Indulge has one of the best locations in the heart of Warm Sands, home to many of the most popular gay resorts.
Beautiful views of the mountains and a relaxing, peaceful courtyard. Our heated pool and 12-man jacuzzi, both clothing optional and open 24 hours per day, are surrounded by 46 palm trees and well-manicured grounds.
Click today at INNDULGE.com, that's indulge.com, or call 800-833-5675.
Stanley, I'm sending you to Boston to make a good impression on the clients.
Okay, but why me?
Because you're so likable. Everyone likes you.
I doubt that.
No, seriously. Watch.
Who threw that? Stanley, you're so funny. I can see come up with this stuff. So funny.
They chose you for a reason, and you chose Embassy Suites for a reason. Like our complimentary cook-to-order breakfast, Embassy Suites Hotels.
It's summertime in Arizona with triple-digit temperatures and sky-high utility bills. Reflect Green is locally owned and operated, and they're offering Radiant Barrier for your home or business. Radiant Barrier is a reflective insulation which reflects heat away from your home, which in turn relates to energy savings and cash in your pocket. All Compete Radio listeners will get a free garage install with any home package purchased. 1-877-REFLECT. That's 877-733-5382, or log on to reflectgreen.com.
Hey, sports fans, it's Bob from Compete Magazine. And when I'm not getting put in my place by Buddy in the face-off circle, I am part of the team that gets your message in front of our incredible audience. That's right, I'm talking advertising. Compete Magazine and Compete Sports Media offer an incredibly loyal, educated audience with disposable income to spend on your products and services. Magazine, radio, online, and event sponsorships, you name it, we can help. Give us a call today and learn how you can become a partner with Compete Sports Media and get your message in front of our rapidly growing audience. Don't be the company that wishes they would have, be the one that did. Give us a call today, 480-222-4223.
Jockstrap Queen is redefining and redesigning the jock world. Our designer jocks have been featured in Pulp Frontiers LA, Frontiers for Men, Grab Chicago, SF Examiner, and Gay.com. This line is hot and sexy. Our designer jocks and accessories will complete your look for that fabulous party, special cruise, or lounging by the pool. Our designer jocks are embellished with studs, embroidered skulls, and jock chains made of skull and leash chains. Our jock straps have a wide waistband or low-rise swimmer's waistband. They're totally comfortable with a knitted mesh pouch with a patented contour fit. The pouch is made of poly and spandex for extra support and shrink resistance. Jockstrap Queen is based in Palm Springs, California, but you can shop online right now. Just click to jockstrapqueen.com. That's jockstrapqueen.com.
Whoever said that less is more or less mathematically challenged. Less isn't more, it's less. And the only thing more than more is a lot more, which is exactly what I get at Embassy Suites. More space. More downtime. More family time.
More room, complimentary drinks, free breakfast. Embassy Suites Hotels.
Hi, it's Alfonso with Compete Radio. Are you thinking about moving and want to find the perfect rental? Let USA Realty Connection connect you with the perfect apartment, condo, townhouse, or single-family home. It is really simple. Call USA Realty Connection at 480-688-2080. That's 480-688-2080 today, or find them on the web at www.usarealtyconnection.com and get started right away. Call USA Realty Connection today and sleep better tomorrow.
Faster than my
today. Your radio is gay. You're listening to Compete Radio. Compete Radio.
And welcome back. I'm here with Alfonso again for the second hour of Compete Radio.
I'm so happy to be back.
I'm so happy you're back. AJ has left us.
Aw.
She'll be back though.
I'm sure she will be. She can't stay away from you for very long.
Yeah,
you know, you're kind of become twins.
I threw a can of Coke at her head, and so she's in the bathroom. Bandages.
Yeah, she's probably gonna come back with that towel thing, and drop it on your head or something.
Is that a segue into our story?
I didn't plan for it to be, but maybe she'll show off some power here.
Well, here's what's going on. How do I even start this now? There's a Muslim weightlifter who's fighting to compete in the Olympics. Basically, along the same lines as her religious beliefs, right? Like as far as what she wears. Now, when you're weightlifting, aren't there certain dress code rules that you have to follow in the Olympics?
Right. Well, typically, powerlifters have their elbows and their knees uncovered because the judges need to see when they lock.
Right.
As part of the movement, and it's part of their. It's basically part of how they're judged, and typically in specific sects of Islam, women have to stay covered, up to their, their feet, down to their ankles, up to their wrists, and everything but their face. And in some cases, only their eyes are uncovered.
Right.
And I'm sorry.
This is concerning a woman.
Right.
Not a guy. It's
a female powerlifter.
Right.
Yeah.
Kulsum Abdullah, I believe is how you pronounce her name. She's 35 years old with a doctorate in electrical and computer engineering. Basically, what's going to happen is later this month, the International Weightlifting Federation is going to take up this question of whether Abdullah can take part in the tournaments while keeping her entire body covered, aside from her hands and her face. So she is keeping with her Muslim faith.
Right, and what she did is she put together this this report where she says, this is what I can wear, and it was probably 20 to 30 pages, maybe a little more, but in that neighborhood. And she basically presented it to the body that governs powerlifting, and she showed them, this is how you can still see what I'm doing, and I can still maintain integrity within my faith.
Now, being that it's the Olympics, right? Wouldn't they already have this dress code in place?
Yeah, I mean it's kind of a double-edged sword here, because on one end, I can applaud her for being true to herself and being true to her faith.
Right.
On the other hand, it's sports. It's almost a little bit clinical if you think about it. It's like, would you go to your doctor and tell them, oh, you can't see me, I have to cover myself,
right.
Up to my hands, and then you can examine me,
She's doing this along the lines of religion, from a religious perspective.
Right.
And if you compare that to even Christianity, there's some denominations within Christianity where women are only allowed to wear skirts.
Yeah, actually, there was a guy I knew in college that went to a Christian high school, and I guess he was really proud of the school he went to, because his school was one of the first ones to have their cheerleaders wear long skirts instead of like the short ones that went above the knee.
Right.
And I guess a few of the other Christian schools in the area started following and doing the same thing.
Sure.
Yeah.
So, but how does that tie in, though? I mean, you don't see the Christians protesting saying, wait, my denomination within Christianity says I can only wear skirts. They're conforming to the dress code if they're choosing to participate in the organization.
Yeah, I think like I said, it's a double-edged sword. On one end, it's like, this is the sport, these are the rules, you follow the rules or you don't play. On the other hand...
That's why I don't play.
Right. On the other hand, she made a valid argument as to how she can still stay within the requirements of her faith and still be able to participate. I think she actually did get the okay to be able to do it. One thing I do want to add that's really cool about this particular woman is people really don't think of women from Middle Eastern countries as having doctorates in science fields, and she does. And there's actually a video of her. I saw her talking. She sounds American, and she actually has a black.
She sounds American.
She has no accent.
Right.
She doesn't have like let me rephrase that. She doesn't have a foreign accent.
Okay.
And she, people think of Muslim women being subservient, and
yeah.
And I think she kind of has all these traits that really busts that stereotype.
Right.
In addition, she got into powerlifting when she started weightlifting to improve her martial arts skills, and she's already a black belt in martial arts as well. And she started doing powerlifting, and I think she's doing like 100 kilograms in the snatch. I think it is a clean and snatch.
Excuse me?
It's called a clean and snatch, or maybe it's a snatch. I'm not sure exactly the terminology, but it's basically when there's a large barbell and you basically squat down, and then they basically snatch the weight up, and then they stand completely up with the weight above their head.
I thought you were talking about a different kind of clean and snatch.
No, I'm not talking about that.
Like the kind you do in the shower or something.
No.
Okay. To touch base on what you were saying about the approval, I'm seeing here, as far as the latest news, it is that the International Weightlifting Federation, they have agreed to include the issue on the agenda of its next meeting. That will be later this month in Malaysia. The group's technical committee will hold a debate, and then they are going to present a recommendation to the IWF board. So Abdullah is happy about it. Her exact quote is, awesome.
Yeah.
So that was it. One word.
Yeah.
As she is preparing and hopefully getting to clean and snatch.
Or snatch, or whatever.
Can we even say that? We can say that because it's a sport term.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Okay. When you said that, it
caught you off guard.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there are, rugby has hookers, powerlifting has snatching.
Well, I was looking up, doing a little more research online about the story, and I saw there were a couple articles that said she could lift over 100 whatever
kilograms
with her snatch, and I thought that they were just they were being facetious, and no, but that's actually the term.
No, and actually that would be hard for a lot of males to do. 100 kilograms.
Have you ever done the chair test between a male and a female, how you're supposed to bend your knees at a 90-degree angle while leaning up against a wall?
We used to do that as part of our training when I played rugby.
Oh, okay.
We used to have to stand like that, and the coach would be...
Were you able to do it?
Yeah, we'd stay there for a while.
Now, see, they did that test. The teacher in elementary school did it to us as an example, and she's like... It was like dead on. Every single guy could not do it. All the women were able to do it. And our teacher told us it was because women give birth, so they're naturally stronger.
I'll do a demonstration for you in the studio, Josh.
Oh, okay, I'll describe this. Okay, here he is. He's standing up. He is straddling. No, okay.
Is that it?
Yeah, that's it. Okay, yeah, his knees, perfect 90-degree angle. He's up against the wall, starting to shake a little bit. There we go. Don't hurt yourself.
No, I've done that before.
He's done it before.
Yeah.
Okay. Alfonso is an expert at the wall squatting.
I guess I'd be good at giving birth since I can wall squat.
Apparently, apparently, I don't know if you guys can hear this, but they're blowing something outside.
Yeah, it's a great time for our maintenance people to show up right in the middle of our show
in our soundproof studio.
Yeah.
So. I think it's, back to the issue, it's one thing to have respect for your religion.
Right.
And for the world to respect your religion.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't think it's anyone's place to ever judge anyone else for what they're choosing to believe in.
Mm-hmm.
However, whenever you're choosing to involve yourself in an organization that is religion separate.
Right.
That is whenever it gets into that area of do you choose to be in the Olympics or not?
Mm-hmm.
And if you're choosing to be a part of it, then you have to play by the rules.
Right. And it's what's interesting about this is, this is from the part of the world where men oil themselves up and wrestle with each other.
Yeah.
And part of the rules is that it's okay to stick your hand down somebody's pants to get a grip on them. But women have to be covered to their ankles and to their wrists.
Right. It's it's definitely not America as far as the culture. Right.
Well, the story is very America.
Yes.
It doesn't. How much better than that does it get? Unless she made millions of dollars and didn't want to pay taxes. But we won't get into that.
Well, that's the American dream, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, see, I think if they allow her to do this, though. If they allow modifications to the dress code, I think it's going to open up that door where people are going to take advantage of that, and they're going to end up cheating because they're going to be wearing things that are maybe going to allow them extra strength or balance or whatever.
Right. Kind of like in swimming, how they have those suits that make people more buoyant and shapes their bodies.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. I do think maybe there is another alternative. Because, there are rules, and I'm sure there have been a lot of other women who have been very uncomfortable with having to wear the tight uniforms they have to wear to participate.
But think about the guys, though. I mean, the guys actually have external organs, and think about like the guys that are on the swimming, how they have to wear those the tight uniforms, and they're
women have external organs too.
Well, I know, but I mean, the reality is men are judged on what their organs, the size of their organs.
So are women.
Well, yeah, I guess you have a point. I'm just trying to say that, how do you think the guys feel whenever they're all exposed and skin tight?
Well, I think there's a lot of women that are exposed every day, and nobody thinks twice about it.
Look at Alfonso. I'm surprised he's the voice of women on today's show.
Well, no, it isn't a matter of that. It's a matter of the double standard, because there was a company I used to work at.
And I'm guilty of that right now, because I was not even thinking of the. Go ahead.
Yeah, well, you're right. There was a company I worked at, and women would wear tight sweaters, tight shirts, cleavage exposed. And there was one day, I guess this guy in one of the departments in the building I worked showed up wearing a really tight V-neck, and he was sent home.
Really?
And another thing that always bothered me was women would show up in flip-flops, and that was okay.
Yes.
Guys would show up in flip-flops, they'd get sent home.
Right.
So
earrings is another thing.
Yeah, there are double standards on both sides.
Yeah.
So but basically where I was going to go with this is I think an alternative would have been to have a room that's, only women were allowed in and only female judges or, were allowed to participate. I'm kind of thinking of the clinical, if there was a male, it would have to be a male judge, but no males in the audience.
I think the Olympics have been around for a very, very long time.
Yes.
And I think to change up the rules now, I think it's too late. I think it's always been fair. I think you've had to wear what you need to wear to be able to participate in whatever competition you're in. And that's how it's been. And if you choose to be a part of this organization, then you have to conform.
Well, one thing I do want to add is women who used to play tennis used to play in full Victorian dresses covered up to their necks with their hands, all the way up to their hands.
This is true.
Corsets.
This is a very interesting topic because, I have my views, but I'm not set in stone on it because it's so, there's just so many different angles you can look at this from.
Right.
But, I see the side of, hey, no, you're not allowed to wear what you want, religion or not. And then I see the side where, hey, maybe if it, still conforms to the basic rules and the reasoning why, then why not,
Well, I think it's refreshing to hear a story where somebody's fighting to keep their integrity.
Yeah.
And you don't most of the big sports stories are about somebody who wants their contract, or there's a lockout because people don't feel like they're being paid enough, or the owners don't want to pay, or somebody's cheating,
Or Twitter apologies.
Right.
All right, we need to take a break. Alfonso, thank you for being here. AJ will be right back, and so will we. Log on to CompeteRadio.com for news, information, hot topics, and more.
Hey, don't go anywhere. We'll be back in 90 seconds.
I hate getting less, but I love getting more. I trade a lot less for a little more, or a little less for a lot more. Either way, when it comes to having more, I want a lot more of more and a little less of less. And that's exactly what you'll get at Embassy Suites. More free breakfast, more for my money, more deliciousness, more hearty guffaws. Because more than enough more is never enough more.
More coffee?
What do you think?
Free breakfast, more room, complimentary drinks, free breakfast. Embassy Suites Hotels.
Get out of the heat and tan the smart way with 5 levels of UV tanning, including a high-pressure, all-UVA, no-burning ray bed. Spray tanning, and now you can fix those wrinkles and scars with the new red light therapy developed by NASA and Mayo Clinic, as seen on Dr. Oz. The TU collection carries the best of the best men's and women's swimwear, men's underwear like To Exist, Addicted, ES Collection, Basket, CN2, and more. Come and see them at Central and Highland in Central Phoenix behind Hula's. Give them a call at 602-274-TAN-U. That's 602-274-8268 or on the web at tanunited.com.
Welcome to Indulge Palm Springs, one of the legendary gay hotels in Palm Springs. Indulge has one of the best locations in the heart of Warm Sands, home to many of the most popular gay resorts.
Beautiful views of the mountains and a relaxing, peaceful courtyard. Our heated pool and 12-man jacuzzi, both clothing optional and open 24 hours per day, are surrounded by 46 palm trees and well-manicured grounds.
Click today at INNDULGE.com, that's indulge.com, or call 800-833-5675.
Stanley, I'm sending you to Boston to make a good impression on the clients.
Okay, but why me?
Because you're so likable. Everyone likes you.
I doubt that.
No, seriously. Watch.
Who threw that? Stanley, you're so funny. I can see come up with this stuff. So funny.
They chose you for a reason, and you chose Embassy Suites for a reason. Like our complimentary cook-to-order breakfast, Embassy Suites Hotels.
It's summertime in Arizona with triple-digit temperatures and sky-high utility bills. Reflect Green is locally owned and operated, and they're offering Radiant Barrier for your home or business. Radiant Barrier is a reflective insulation which reflects heat away from your home, which in turn relates to energy savings and cash in your pocket. All Compete Radio listeners will get a free garage install with any home package purchased. 1-877-REFLECT. That's 877-733-5382, or log on to reflectgreen.com.
Hey, sports fans, it's Bob from Compete Magazine. And when I'm not getting put in my place by Buddy in the face-off circle, I am part of the team that gets your message in front of our incredible audience. That's right, I'm talking advertising. Compete Magazine and Compete Sports Media offer an incredibly loyal, educated audience with disposable income to spend on your products and services. Magazine, radio, online, and event sponsorships, you name it, we can help. Give us a call today and learn how you can become a partner with Compete Sports Media and get your message in front of our rapidly growing audience. Don't be the company that wishes they would have, be the one that did. Give us a call today, 480-222-4223.
Jockstrap Queen is redefining and redesigning the jock world. Our designer jocks have been featured in Pulp Frontiers LA, Frontiers for Men, Grab Chicago, SF Examiner, and Gay.com. This line is hot and sexy. Our designer jocks and accessories will complete your look for that fabulous party, special cruise, or lounging by the pool. Our designer jocks are embellished with studs, embroidered skulls, and jock chains made of skull and leash chains. Our jock straps have a wide waistband or low-rise swimmer's waistband. They're totally comfortable with a knitted mesh pouch with a patented contour fit. The pouch is made of poly and spandex for extra support and shrink resistance. Jockstrap Queen is based in Palm Springs, California, but you can shop online right now. Just click to jockstrapqueen.com. That's jockstrapqueen.com.
Whoever said that less is more or less mathematically challenged. Less isn't more, it's less. And the only thing more than more is a lot more, which is exactly what I get at Embassy Suites. More space. More downtime. More family time.
More room, complimentary drinks, free breakfast. Embassy Suites Hotels.
Compete Radio.
Welcome back. Well, in the news right now, poor Kevin Costner.
Why do you say that?
Well, he's the owner of the Lake County Fielders.
Where are they out of?
Some minor league team. They're out of, oh gosh, where are they out of?
Illinois, maybe? Zion, Illinois?
Yep, you're right. You're right, it is Zion. Well, their PBP man quits on the air. Let's take a listen and see what happened.
As for me, I'm going to enjoy my weekend with my friends. Adam, Jerome, Brian, I know you're all going to be there. We're going to be having a good time Sunday night, Money in the Bank. It's going to be fun. After I'm gone, I know Fielders fans will support this team, but I'm just a spoke on the wheel, and the wheel will keep turning because that's just how it is in baseball. I understand that. The team will make money in spite of these issues because there are good people here that work for this team, and these new players do deserve your support regardless of what has happened. But in my opinion, the problem is that those in charge really don't care and they don't give a damn. My problem is I care too much. I care too much for the former players, the former coaches, the fan base, the current employees, and everyone else associated with the Lake County Fielders. That being said, I did not need this job, and because of the circumstances that affected the former coaches, former players, and myself, I don't want this job anymore.
Ooh.
Good night, and good luck.
Wow.
And wait, and we have... No, the slow clap.
Okay, now, tell me, why is this so important?
Well, apparently there were huge pay disputes. The players were refusing to play. It was just a mess. And he basically, I guess, had enough. He stood up and said, I'm done.
Wow.
Why is it a big deal for you? I would say it's a pretty huge deal whenever, only because of Kevin Costner. I think that's why it's a big deal. And because of the very dramatic good night and good luck way that he resigned from his position on the air.
Wow.
Which I think is very tacky.
Why do you think that?
Because if I was done with this show and my boss didn't know about it, I would not say, okay, and by the way, I quit. Good luck. I would go have a meeting after the show and then do a formal, not a formal, but a proper goodbye.
Or would you do that before you did your little diatribe? Or do you think doing that before would be counterproductive to what you want to get accomplished on the air?
I don't know. I think any entertainer or anyone that has a relationship with their viewing or listening audience, I think anyone that has a job like that has the right. It should be a right to say goodbye.
Okay. I think that this particular PvP announcer is very courageous because of who actually owns this team. And he's the one who has gotten an earful and an eyeful of exactly what goes on in the locker room, outside the locker room, with regard to the team. And to take a stand like that and to try and hold the owners accountable for actually doing their job and owning a baseball team, minor league, major league, what have you, is darn courageous in my eyes. And to sit there and have the wherewithal to go ahead and resign on air like that, I've only ever dreamed of being able to do something like that. Mm. But to have the guts and the courage to actually do it, totally different story.
Well, I guess that is just a difference in opinion between you and I. I can't believe we're almost out of time.
I know, it's flown by so quickly.
Don't we have more to talk about?
Oh, we've always got more to talk about.
I want to talk about...
What?
How you didn't say the word exactly for the whole second hour of the show. See, we address the problem and we fix it.
Yeah, just took a couple of bruises, that's all.
I don't really abuse you.
No.
Because you like it.
Anyway.
So, the Compete brand, Compete Sports Media. It's a national magazine. Get it at Barnes & Noble, Borders, independent bookstores all over the country. You can also go to CompeteNetwork.com to order your subscription. It's actually a really cool magazine. It's sexy, it's informative, it's everything you want it to be and more. And then you can also log on to CompeteRadio.com, where we will have news, information, hot topics, and...
More.
That's CompeteRadio.com. You can also listen to show archives from the past, and if you're really special, maybe the future.
Okay.
And what else, AJ? Just a reminder?
Just a reminder, if you want to go ahead and log on to the Gable website to get more information, you can go log on to Gable2011.com. And if you would like to get more information on the Gay Softball World Series, you can log on to ChicagoSeries2011.com.
Make sure to listen next week. If you called in today, we might play your voicemail live on the air your comments and suggestions for us. AJ, thank you once again for spending some time with me here in the studio. And thank you for listening. We will see you same time next week right here on 1480 KPHX, the Valley's Progressive Talk.
Please support our advertisers and sponsors by telling them you heard their commercial on Compete Radio.
Log on to CompeteRadio.com for news, information, hot topics, and more.
Hey, it's AJ with Compete Radio. Are you thinking about buying a home and taking advantage of the current buyer's market? Even if you aren't, you should be. USA Realty Connection can help you find your perfect home. Whether you're a first-time buyer, downsizing, upsizing, or looking for that perfect vacation home, call my friends at USA Realty Connection today. You can reach them at 480-688-2080. That's 480-688-2080. Or on the web at usarealtyconnection.com. Call USA Realty Connection today and sleep better tomorrow.
Welcome to Indulge Palm Springs, one of the legendary gay hotels in Palm Springs. Indulge has one of the best locations in the heart of Warm Sands, home to many of the most popular gay resorts.
Beautiful views of the mountains and a relaxing, peaceful courtyard. Our heated pool and 12-man jacuzzi, both clothing optional and open 24 hours per day, are surrounded by 46 palm trees and well-manicured grounds.
Click today at INNDULGE.com, that's indulge.com, or call 800-833-5675.
Stanley, I'm sending you to Boston to make a good impression on the clients.
Okay, but why me?
Because you're so likable. Everyone likes you.
I doubt that.
No, seriously. Watch.
Who threw that? Stanley, you're so funny. I can see come up with this stuff. He's so funny.
They chose you for a reason, and you chose Embassy Suites for a reason. Like our complimentary cook-to-order breakfast, Embassy Suites Hotels.
It's summertime in Arizona with triple-digit temperatures and sky-high utility bills. Reflect Green is locally owned and operated, and they're offering Radiant Barrier for your home or business. Radiant Barrier is a reflective insulation which reflects heat away from your home, which in turn relates to energy savings and cash in your pocket. All Compete Radio listeners will get a free garage install with any home package purchased. 1-877-REFLECT. That's 877-733-5382, or log on to reflectgreen.com.
Hey, sports fans, it's Bob from Compete Magazine. I am part of the team that gets your message in front of our incredible audience. That's right, I'm talking advertising. Compete Magazine and Compete Sports Media offer an incredibly loyal, educated audience with disposable income to spend on your products and services. Magazine, radio, online, and event sponsorships, you name it, we can help. Don't be the company that wishes they would have, be the one that did. Give us a call today, 480-222-4223.
This is 1480 KPHX.